Hey, hello guys.
Hi.
Hello. Hey guys, we're on TV. What are you laughing at? Hey guys, welcome to the Adams Angle Season 5. Season 5. We are back, you all.
Yes, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Adams Angle Podcast, Season 5. Like my husband just said, we are so excited.
Very excited.
I'm excited.
Honey, guess what?
I'm excited, y'all.
I know you are. But look, this is new.
It is.
We're on whatever device, be it YouTube, television, and also now on this podcast, as we've always been.
Y'all, look.
Spotify, new platform, and everything.
Let me tell y'all.
God is blessing. Come on,
Let me tell
somebody.
you, God is good. He's good. He's
All the time.
good. Like the kids say, what they say, yes.
Yes.
God is good.
Look, y'all can see us now, so I can't be looking all crazy on here.
No.
Oh,
Just
my
be
goodness.
yourself. You
Just
can
be
look
yourself.
crazy. You can't help it.
Well, like my wife said, we
It's
are
okay.
in the 5th season of the Adams Angle Podcast.
We are, y'all.
We thank you all. We thank you all very much
Yes.
for supporting us, and we'll have more information coming forth. Honey, what's our topic today? Let's jump right into it.
All right, just pulling it up here, guys. Today we are talking about you missed them. Why?
You missed them. Why? Why do you
Stop
miss them?
romancing the past.
Oh my God. See, you already started with a hot.
Look. That's the only way to start. We promised them it was going to be good. We promised y'all we were going to have new topics.
We did.
We promised y'all.
We did.
We're not playing. We coming out with it.
Yeah.
Might as well start.
And we are here.
We're here. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, honey, let's go to you. I call my wife the counselor.
Oh my gosh.
She's actually an elder, you guys. And this is a no judgment zone. We're not trying to be better than anyone else. We just want you guys to just have some dialogue. Okay, so honey, this topic, let's touch on it from your perspective. Come on, let's open this thing.
Okay, let's
What do you got
go.
going on?
Okay, so you missed them. Why? Oftentimes, well, this topic actually came out of a conversation that we had. Remember, we were talking about how people miss their exes.
Okay.
Okay, and a lot of times when people break up, when they feel lonely, they start romancing the past.
Start romancing the past.
They forget about why they broke up with that individual. They forget about all of the bad things, all of the frustrating things or whatever that caused them to break up in the first place. And they start romancing the past.
Wow.
Okay? And so we just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, honey, because, I mean, the past is what it is. It's called what? Past.
The past for a reason.
So what we do, we get hurt, we get disappointed, we get let down, and we move on from something. So we say. But then we find ourselves reminiscing.
Yes.
Back to the past. And why do we do that? Why do we do that, honey?
Well, a lot of times it's to fill a void.
Okay.
Because there may be a void left from that person.
Yes.
You know, the relationship that you had. And if you don't fill that space, and I'm not saying run out and get into another relationship, because I really do think that you should take time.
Right.
Time to get to know yourself again. Get to know yourself outside of that relationship.
Okay, talk to me.
Heal from whatever it was that caused the breakup, and just rediscover. You may have new passions in life. You may have new desires, new goals, new dreams, new aspirations. So it gives you a chance to reset and rediscover even who you are. But if you don't take that opportunity to fill that space with something positive, not necessarily somebody, you know that old cliche where they say, well, the best way to get over an old one is to get under a new one. The devil
and show life.
That devil.
Well, I've been there and done that. I know it didn't work.
And you know what? A lot of us have been there, that devil. We done been there. We have fallen for the trickery and really at the buffoonery, the foolishness, the shenanigans. But at the end of the day, that does not help. It numbs you for a little while. Okay. It's a Band-Aid. But boy, once that Band-Aid gets ripped off, You
wow.
still feel lonely. You still feel sad. You still
God.
feel depressed. You
Yes.
still feel empty on the inside. Sometimes you feel even more empty because now you brought in somebody else and who really didn't mean anything to you, more than likely, but just somebody to fill that
Wow.
space.
Good point.
And so my thing is, I don't think you should run off and get with somebody else, right? Run off, get with yourself. Find
Right.
out who you are. Find out who
That's
you
the first thing.
Right, and of course we know as believers, you pray and you ask God to even help you, help me to rediscover who I am.
Right, absolutely.
Go back to your first love, which my first love is Christ.
Okay.
As much as I love my husband, y'all, and he's all that to me. He really is.
Stop.
He is, but he does not take the place of my relationship with God in my life.
That's number one.
That's key for me, because if anything ever happened with us, I still want to have that relationship.
That's true.
That's the number one relationship. Sometimes your spouse or that person you're with, they do things that irritate you, okay? They say things that bother you or frustrate you. And so you have to be grounded and have a relationship that's bigger and higher than this human relationship.
Absolutely.
And so back to the topic, so why do people do that? Because they haven't put something positive there, okay? And so they began to romance the past. They began thinking of all of the wonderful things. Well, I miss how he touched me, and I miss how she cooked for me, and I miss the flowers, and I miss the calls at night. Well, all of that might be true, but my thing is, okay, y'all broke up for a reason. Let's try to figure that out.
Yeah, let's figure that out, because
Yeah.
I think what happened, you touched on it a moment ago, babe.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and get to know oneself.
Exactly, of course.
And oftentimes, I think we said in the class the other day, we lose sight of who we are, or maybe some of us don't even know who we are.
Yes.
To start with.
Yes.
So how on earth can you tell another human being how to love you, or how to treat you, or what you like and don't like, if you don't know who you are?
Yes, you have to
So
know.
it's not about running in, getting under the next thing moving, okay?
Right.
It's stopping, pausing, Selah, and really thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
am I whole?
That's good.
Am I whole first?
And stop looking for another individual to make you whole.
They can't complete you.
Mm-mm.
Stop looking to another human being to complete you. It's not going to happen, folks. I'm
Right.
saying it right here. It's not going to happen. It's not what this is. So we have to be true to thy own self. Be true.
Be true. And I always say, when you're thinking about that relationship, the old relationship, right?
Mhm.
The one that you're romancing from
Right.
the past, sit down and ask yourself, what is it that I'm missing?
Okay.
Am I missing the cheating, if that's why you broke up? Am I missing the lying? Am I missing
Okay.
the frustration? Am I missing? Think about, and I know we don't like to typically dwell on negative things,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's important to remember those things, because if those are the things that caused you not to be with them,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you need to remember, they may have done this, and this that was good, but on the other hand, they did these things, and this is why we're no longer together.
Wow.
So you can't forget. Not saying, I don't mean sit around and dwell on it so you can not forgive or have an attitude, but
Right.
I mean when you find yourself romancing and thinking, well, it might not be so bad to get back together, but then you get back together only to find that they're still the same way.
It's the same thing.
That because even in a breakup, if they didn't take the opportunity to rediscover themselves and figure out why they behave the way they behave, and if you didn't take the opportunity to figure out yourself, then if you come back together, it's still going to be the same problem.
Because you have not addressed
Mm-hmm.
the systemic issue,
Exactly.
the core issue, the
Exactly.
substratum of
Exactly.
why things are the way they are.
Exactly.
See, a lot of times you said the other day, things are starting to challenge you.
Yes.
It can come from a real broken relationship in the past
Yes.
that you really have not healed from.
Yes.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously, not consciously, because consciously, you think you're not thinking about it every day. You go to
Right.
work, you're at the next movie, you're out at the club,
Right.
doing what you do. It's not on your conscious mind daily.
Right.
But subconsciously, inside of you, down deep down in there, that issue has not been resolved or have not been addressed.
And sometimes that means you have to sit with it. We're so quick to want to feel good.
Oh my goodness.
We want to feel good that we don't take the time to sit in the moment and just really figure out what is really going on.
Wow.
Sometimes you have to sit with that.
Yeah.
So that when you do get back up, you don't keep repeating the same pattern and the same mistakes. Or going out, getting another person, different face, same problems.
Wow.
How many times have we done that? How many times it happens? A lot of us have done that. I'm going to raise my hand, class, because I've done it.
Oh, I have too.
You know, I've done it in my past. I've done it before, and I know others who've done it as well.
Right.
And you think because it's a different person, it's going to be a different outcome. But oftentimes you keep attracting the same types of people. Not the same person, but the same types. Because how many of you know that people come in types?
They do. They do.
So no, Billy don't look like Bobby, but Billy acts like Bobby. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's the same type.
Well, what's the thing they're pushing around now? They call it energy now. That's what's on this big energy kick.
Yeah.
They bring in the wrong energy. We say atmosphere mostly.
Right. Yeah.
This person brings a different aura or air.
Vibe.
Or vibe. Those are words we use. And people do carry that. But we're a spirit inside of a physical body.
Right.
You're spirit man. You're spirit man. So you can come in Debbie Downer and you can down the
Baby,
room.
listen, you can come in that room and be so dry and you dry up the whole room.
The whole room.
The whole room.
Everybody's looking around, looking crazy.
All of a sudden, everybody thirsty. Just dry. They don't know why.
All of a sudden,
Just dry. They just-
Oh my God.
You can. You
Y'all
can.
heard it. Y'all heard it right.
Or the room can be kind of down, but somebody that's really
Yes.
lighthearted or energetic or lighthearted rather can come in and just lift up the entire room.
Lift the room.
It happens.
Oh, it does.
Because that's the atmosphere that you're setting based off of what you're bringing to the table. And all of us have something to bring to the table.
We do.
And that's important to remember. So even when you are romancing the past, think about this. You have something to offer.
Wow.
And what you have to offer is so valuable that it deserves to be with another human being that will appreciate what you have to bring to the table.
And we got to be careful of one thing. Great point.
What's that?
Great point. As I'm sitting and listening to you, we don't understand, okay, the damage that we bring to others. Innocent people that come into your life innocently. The girl didn't know that you just got out of a horrific, toxic,
Terrible.
terrible, a hot mess.
Hot mess.
And then you, for your own personal comfort, you bring this other person in. And you try to go through the role of life and your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, to only wake up one day and say, you know what? I like Bobby, I like Lisa, but they're still not it. And then the innocent person is then hurt.
You've hurt them, you've wasted their time.
Come on.
Now you're causing them to have to
Readjust and
go forward and romance the past.
They're looking around like, what just happened?
Yes.
You know, and I'll be honest with you, this happened to me. I mean,
Do too.
well, the situation is, I mean, you get into a relationship, it's all good, it's great, we all go through the first moments of it. It's all fresh and new.
Right.
And it feels better than when you just been, of course.
Right, of course.
So you'll see the difference. You see the difference.
And a lot of times you keep comparing.
Yeah, you're comparing
Yeah.
this one, this, that, and the stuff you say and don't say. Come on, somebody.
Come on.
So the situation becomes your real core stuff when all of it numbs out or when it settles, when the dust
It
settles.
just become everyday life, regular.
And then you realize that you're Jerry, you're not, you're a nice guy.
Or you realize, oh, what? He has flaws too?
Oh.
See?
Oh.
But see, because the flaws this person have, you compare them to the flaws that the other person had, and they're seeing less. So it's all fun and new, like he said, it's exciting.
Yeah.
But when the dust settles and you realize that they're just a human being too,
just like you.
Okay, they may be a wonderful, wonderful person,
Yes.
wonderful individual, but it's still, like you said, not quite what you're looking for, because somewhere deep inside you're still longing for what you left or what left you.
See,
and that's another reason why it's important to take time to get to know you in between relationships, okay? Or if you happen to be married and you get a divorce, take time in between even thinking about going back out into the dating world or anything like that. Take time to get to know you. You're a different person. I'm gonna tell you about you shared yours, I'll share a little bit of mine. When I went through my situation, I call it situationship. When I went through my situationship, now, it's been many years now. When I first went into it, I was a certain age. I was young, okay? I was in my 20s, in my mid-20s. When I came out of it, I was in my 30s. I was not the same person that I was when I went in.
All right, I got you.
Not only because of the age thing and just life in general, as you age, things change, you get new perspectives and experiences and things like that, but the things that I had gone through during that time also changed me a little bit.
Wow.
And so when I came out on the other side, I had to take time to get to know me, because I was not the same way or same on the inside. I was still me, okay? The core, I was still the same me, but just the way I looked at things and processed things and evaluated things and even my response to things was totally different. I realized that I had a voice and I could speak up and say, yes, I like this. No, I don't like that. No, I don't have to put up with that. Yes, that's fine with me. Whereas before I had become, I had kind of melded into the situation. And then once you go through something so long, you do start to lose your voice. When it's not a healthy environment. Now, when it's healthy, and that's how you know the difference. When you're in a healthy environment, it even helps you find your voice. It encourages your voice. But when you're in an unhealthy situation, you lose your voice, or you're afraid to use your voice, or someone makes you feel bad for using your voice.
Oh my.
And so I had to relearn not only how to use my voice, but what did my new voice sound like? And so I would have been doing someone a disservice to jump right into a new relationship at that time.
Sounds good.
It would have been terrible. I'm telling y'all now, it would have been terrible for the next person if I didn't take that time. And I'm not saying everybody got to take the same amount. I took 6 years.
I took 5 years one time.
But I'm not saying everybody's journey is different. I didn't set out saying, set a clock, I'm going to take 6 years before I think about remarriage. It wasn't like that at all. At all. I just knew that I needed time to heal. I needed time to figure out who I wanted to be in that stage of my life and beyond. Okay? And so I knew that would take time for me to be by myself. I knew that would take time to go to counseling, therapy. I knew that it would take time. I had a young daughter at the time. I knew that I wanted to be the best mom for her, and I wanted to be a good example for her. And so my focus was not on even jumping into something. Wow. My focus was on raising her and being the best mom and the best person I could be and be whole. I wanted to be whole. So if God decided to bring me into another relationship where my mind would be open to consider marriage again, I could be ready. And they wouldn't have to wait for me to get ready or suffer with me because I wasn't ready.
Right, and I think that was very, very responsible.
Thank you.
Of you. I mean, kudos. Hats off to you for making a decision like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to not bringing any different men over
Absolutely
your
not.
child
Absolutely
in
not.
this time, and I think that was
That was good.
I think that was a wonderful move.
Yes.
Hat off to you.
Thank you.
Salute and
Thank
respect
you.
that.
Mm-hmm.
The deal is, if you get anything from this, any caveat from this, the whole thing is, know who you are.
Know
and
who
then
you are.
Learn yourself. Take some time. Be patient. I was one that was basically wanting this marriage. I was a career-driven person, and I said, Lord, I want this balance, and I wanted to work, simultaneously.
Right.
And whatnot. And then you try this out, and then that is when you try something out, you look around, you try it 3 or 4 times. So, oh my God.
Try.
You just try.
Just try.
Sit down and go for 6. Sit down.
Sit down somewhere.
Oh my God.
Or as you say, sit down some darn well.
Sit down. That's a Mississippi thing, y'all. Sit down some darn well. But here's the deal. We have to be true to ourselves.
Yes.
Be responsible.
Yes.
Be considerate of someone else's feelings.
Please.
Don't just bring anybody new in.
Stop romancing the past.
And romance in the past. That's the point of it.
Because you really shouldn't live in the past anyway.
Be looking forward.
Even in your current relationship, if you're in one right now, stop looking to the past. Stop looking to what they used to do, what they used to say, how they used to act. Look towards the future. Look towards what are we building? How can I enhance your life? How can you enhance my life? Let's look at things like that. And not always dwelling on the past.
Yeah.
Like my dad, I always make reference to him because he's such a wise man and he had so many wonderful teachings and sayings.
Yes,
but one thing that he would always say, he said the past is for reflection and not habitation.
Oh, come on.
Let that sink in.
I like that.
It's for reflection and not habitation. Too many times people try to live in the past, but the past is only for you to reflect. Reflect even so you can learn lessons, so you can grow. Sometimes it's for wonderful memories or whatever, but it's to reflect, not to live there, not to stay there.
No,
you can't stay in the past, even if it's a good past, because there's so many more wonderful things in your present and in your future, but you can't experience them if you're always looking to the past.
Wow, honey. Great topic, y'all. We thank y'all for joining us on our first show back. Episode 1, Season 5, right? And so, honey, take this opportunity in a few moments that we have to try to bring everybody back up to speed to how they can contact us and how they can support the ministry.
Absolutely. Okay, so guys, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed this topic.
Yes.
At the end, if you're listening or viewing on Spotify, you'll see it should be a questionnaire. Feel free to answer the question. It's just asking, what did you think about today's show? We would love your feedback.
I love it. We love it.
You can also email us at theadamsangle@yahoo.com with your feedback or questions or comments or show ideas. Feel free to do that. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, The Adams Angle, on both. So all you have to do is type in The Adams Angle, will pop right up, and we want you to follow our page. Now, as far as support, Spotify also has a link where you can click to support. Look how easy that is. They make it so easy. There's a link. So even if you clicked on our link in the bio to listen to this podcast, if it takes you to Spotify, there is a link there. Click to support. We would love your support. What is the support for, you might ask? It's because, as my husband said, this is a ministry. It's a podcast, but this is also our ministry to you, for you, from our hearts. No gift too small. We're not asking for a certain amount. But whatever you can do to show love, show support, and it will help us to further this ministry, further the podcast, and do even bigger and better things in the near future. So please feel free to support.
Thank you all so much. And thank y'all for joining us right here on the
Adams Angle. Bye, everybody.
See y'all next week, though.
Thank you.
Next week. We'll see y'all. Y'all can hear us next week.
Yes. You can hear us, you can see us, and all that good stuff. Okay.
See you next time. Bye-bye.